Yesterday we spoke about right view, love resistance, and also right thinking, right speech, and right action. And we know that right view is a kind of view that is free from the notion of being and non-being, birth and death. And this is the foundation for our action. If we see things correctly, our action will be good action. And action is in terms of thinking, speaking, and acting. And we know that every thought that we produce, every word that we pronounce, everything that we do with our body will have an effect on us and on the world. And that is the kind of energy that will bring about our retribution. In fact, our body and our mind are the retribution of our past action. And if we know how to produce to practice right thinking, right speech, and right action, there will be a change in our body and our mind. And our action, our karma, triple karma, will have an impact on our body and our mind in the future. And that is called a retribution. Retribution is quả báo. But in Buddhism, in the Buddhist tradition, we see that the retribution is not only in terms of body and mind. Our body and our mind are, of course, the retribution of our action in the past. But something else is also the product of our action, and that is the environment. The environment in which we find ourselves is us, and that is the product of our action, of our karma. Suppose here is represent the human being, body and mind. That is a retribution. And this is called chánh báo, main retribution. Main retribution, your body and mind. But there is a very deep connection between the place, the environment where you are, and you. So this is the main retribution. And this is the environment retribution, y báo. The support, the ground. This is the ground, the support. And this is the center. So in the teaching of the Buddha, retribution is not only our mind and the body, but retribution is also our environment. So we have been living in such a way that we have destroyed our environment. And many species have disappeared, and that is our retribution. We are responsible. We have produced thoughts and speech and action in such a way it have caused the extinction of many species and bring a lot of pollution to our environment. We should not think of the planet Earth, nature, only in terms of environment. We are our environment. Our environment is us. So you have to be responsible for your mind, your body, and for the environment. The environment is you. When you look at the tree, don't think that the tree is something else than you. The tree is you. So what you produce in terms of thought, speech, and action are energies that can never be destroyed. They continue to bring in retribution. And with the practice of mindfulness, concentration, generating compassion and understanding, you can assure a better retribution in the future. You cannot die. You are like a cloud. You can never die. A cloud can become rain, or ice, or snow, but a cloud cannot become nothing. So don't think that when this body disintegrates, you are no longer there. Well, you are. You continue always with your karma, with what you have produced in terms of thought, speech, and action. And what Jean Paul Sartre said is very close. L'homme est la somme de ses actes. Man is the sum of his action, karma. So these three things are continuation. And body, mind, environment will continue in other forms with the energy of action here. And right view, in order how to get the right view. Right view is the result of your practice of meditation, your observation. The scientists, they try their own way to get the right view on the universe. And they have made progresses. And we understand better and better nature. And practitioners of meditation, they have their own way of observing and discovering. And the two traditions, the two disciplines can work together and support each other. We just had one retreat, 21 days with scientists, and we learned that practitioners of meditation can profit from the work of the scientists, and scientists can profit from the practice of and wisdom of the spiritual practitioners. So the Buddhist path is a path of research also. With the mindfulness concentration, we can reach insight, and that is why the the noble path implies also right concentration, concentration. And right mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness, as we have learned, help to bring mind home to body, so that we can be truly there in order to observe, to be aware of what is going on. What is going on in our body? What is going on in our feelings? What is going on in our perceptions, in our mind, and in our environment? So to meditate means to be there, to have the time to be there and look deeply and listen deeply. And it begins by mindfulness. Mindfulness is the energy that you can generate in order to be there and to look deeply. And when you practice mindfulness, concentration is born. And when mindfulness and concentration are powerful enough, you break through and you discover the nature of reality. And when you touch right view, you experience directly right view, and then you release all your delusion, your wrong perceptions. You release your tendency to discriminate, to think in terms of dualism. You can see things like suffering and happiness, they interact. You can see that left and right, they lean on each other in order to be. And everything is not out of everything else. Instead, everything is inside of each other. And there are many interesting discoveries in science that correspond to Buddhist teaching of impermanence, no self, and so on. When a biologist look into the human body, they see cells, trillions of cells, working together in harmony. And the cells know how to communicate with each other. And harmony is obtained because of that kind of communication between the cells. And no cell in our body has the complex of superiority. No cell is playing the role of the president, of the boss. It's very democratic inside of us. The neurons in our brain, they communicate with each other always. They are in harmony, and no one claims to be the boss to give orders. And the neuroscientists have described our brain, the community of neurons, as a kind of orchestra playing harmony, and there is no conductor of the orchestra. They don't need a conductor. And biologists and others, they have discovered that the truth of no self. There is no self. There is no boss. There is not a single decision maker in our body. There is only a community of cells communicating with each other and producing thought, feelings, decisions. It's very wonderful. Not only science can confirm the truth of impermanence, it confirms the truth of no self. And it also has confirmed the truth of no birth and no death. The first law of thermodynamics is that rien ne se crée, rien ne se perd. Nothing is born, nothing can die. It's wonderful.